What's going on, folks? Good evening. I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight or War and Manny Vitale's Wolfpack. And I just wanted to say hi. How you guys doing? Hope you had a good day. I had a pretty good day. Just getting some stuff done. Went and had a couple doctor's appointments. Well, had went to one and the other one got rescheduled. But other than that, it was another good day. Did some running around, and other than that, just getting ready to relax later on, watch some more Olympics. And I was watching some of that as well, and chit chatting with some friends, just catching up. Same old thing. So I figured, well, it's that time to reach out and bug someone. So here I am. But yeah, earlier I, while I'm off, I do a lot of running around over at the cemetery where I have some family, where my dad and uncle and other relatives. And while I'm off, I like to, pay my respect and take care of their uh, their headstones and stuff like that. Make sure, because I tell you, sometimes you get there and it's just they're covered and it just like they're forgotten about. And sometimes, just um oh, you know what? I'm sitting here trying to do three different things at once, like I always do. I'm trying to invite um OG here to the live, and for some reason it's not working. But we'll try it again. Uh, I got I got two emails here, so I'll try another one. OG, if you're well, you can't be watching. Well, you might be watching. I'll try to hit you up on the other one. Um, bear with me, folks. It wouldn't be me if things went completely smooth now, would it? There we go. Getting there. Try it again. Getting there. Whoops. Send that one. Oh, there you are. See, you said you didn't get it.
There we go.
You
There
said
we go.
you got two different emails there. And I remember you had that issue, so I sent it to
Both?
both.
Okay.
So
Here I am.
try flip flopping sideways. There you go. Much better.
Okay, that's better. Ooh, your timing is excellent. I just got in from Costco.
Well, see that.
Let's
Planned
see.
it just right.
Yeah,
Check
well,
that
you
out.
always do. You're pretty good. Ooh, look at you.
Took off the
You're looking
bandage. I
good there,
took off
baby.
the gauze. I took off the. It had that. Was it the Tegaderm or whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah.
Or no, the glue, the super glue. So I
Off?
peeled that off. Well, it was already coming off and
Yeah.
said after 4 days, so I just ripped that off. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's just like, hey, nothing. Besides the little, thought it was a long ass hair sticking out. It was just
Oh, yeah.
sutures.
Ah, that suture.
So yeah, so I left the suture in there. And I decided to just trim it. But other than that, I was just chit chatting a little bit, telling the folks about my lovely day and my time. They're probably thinking, man, all this guy does is go live
Just talk. Yeah.
from the studio or from the cemetery. That's all he does,
Whew.
or occasionally from down by the Lake St. Clair by the water. But I was just saying that while I'm off, I like to, you know, pay my respects to, of course, my dad every chance I get,
Mm-hmm.
and go down there and with all the other family members that are there. Um, while I'm off, there's no reason I can't go out and
Correct.
take care of their
Take
headstones.
advantage.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
and they're a lot of times it just bothers me. There's when I had my hip replaced, and then 3 months later my shoulder replaced, so I was off for
Yeah.
a while, and I was going to the cemetery quite a bit just to do my there. I was just walking as much as I could,
Mm-hmm.
and not only did I've got my dad, my uncle, another uncle, another uncle, another aunt. My God, I think there's like 6, 7 relatives that I have there. And on top of that, I've inherited probably like 4 more people
A number
because
of people all around. Yeah.
I'm just a big old teddy bear. And walking around one day, I was walking from my dad's towards my uncle's headstone. And during my little journey, I happened to look down, and all I saw, it looked like just like a stone or something. It was just a rock, but it wasn't a rock.
Yeah.
It was the headstone, but it was so overgrown, just this tiny. It was like
Ah,
the size
yeah.
of maybe the size of a baseball or something. Like it was the only thing left. I mean, it was practically within another week or two, it would have been completely overgrown, and this person
Aw.
would have been gone.
Mm.
And it bothered me so fucking much. I just looked at, and I had no idea who this person is at all, none. But it just really bothered me, and so I'm kicking away, and I finally got to the name, and it was Rita. I think the name was Rita, and so from that day on, man, she was added to my list. So I started taking care of hers, and I looked at the last name, and all of a sudden I happened to look next to it, and I noticed the same last name on the stone. So I start kicking away, and it ends up being Vita, her mom. So I was
Oh,
like, oh,
wow.
so I kicked that. So I started taking care of those two. So needless to say, I would be there for hours, and plus I was hobbling from shoulder and hip replacement, but
Of
it was
course.
giving me something to do. I was productive. I was getting therapy, and plus, it made me feel good doing this stuff. And so, uh,
You're
and
very
then,
sentimental. Has anybody ever told you that you're very sentimental? Because you really are.
shut up.
Has anybody been brave enough to tell you that? You are.
Okay, paid off. Okay, the check's in the mail.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
no, I've always had
You
that
are, though. You
sensitive
are.
side, and up to the point I'll just punch you in the face.
Those days are
No,
long gone.
no. I'm just messing with you, man. No, I mean, we
Yeah.
all have that side, and just some people choose not to show it. And I've always been our family, me and especially my uncle, me and my uncle Mike. Well, we're criers. I mean, we sit there, and I remember my goddaughter, my little tiny baby goddaughter, who's now twenty
Hannah?
some years old. Yeah, in Italy. But I remember it was I don't know first, second, whatever birthday it was. Um, we're all there. And of course, all these beautiful presents and boxes, all in pink and white and all the little bows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not Uncle Manny's. Hers was black,
Oh, no.
black and orange. Everything that she got from Uncle Manny was in a Harley Davidson wrapping paper,
Ah.
and she was old enough to talk. I mean, she was just started to talk, so I can't remember. But anyway, she was just starting out life, and Jared, my brother, I was hoping to see you tomorrow, brother. But hey, if things change, my place is your place, brother. Jared just popped up.
Hi, Jared. I can't. Yeah, I
But
can't see the verbiage where I'm at.
hopefully it will because you got to take notes. But anyway, so we're
Oh,
sitting there
I better
and
find some paper.
we're reading cards, and well, first she sees all the presents, and all of a sudden she moves one and one falls over, and then there is this black with the shield, the Harley shield,
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Manny, and she pushes all the little pink and little bows out of the way, and she grabs Uncle Manny's Harley box. And yeah, so she got all of that stuff, boy. And for all you people who are motorcycle enthusiasts and hardly know besides HD, Harley Davidson, know
Mm-hmm.
that HD stands for $100. It doesn't matter if it's a hoodie, if it's a pair of gloves, if it's a headband, if it's a little tiny onesie. If it's got
Yep.
Harley Davidson, it's at least $100.
That's
So
not true. That maybe that used to be true. Is that true?
I tell you what, man, I've got a bunch of clothes that I bought that little girl. It's true. Well,
Mm-hmm. No.
but yeah, so we're sitting there and just reading the cards. I look over at my Uncle Mike. On your first birthday, on your second birthday, whatever it was, and there's me and him sniffling like little sissies. But one of the other, it was sometimes too walking around as I'm doing my good deed, cleaning all the headstones from the
Yeah.
people I've adopted. I inherited two more that I decided to start taking care of, and that's because it was definitely by the name. And as I'm walking, these were uncovered. I mean, they needed some loving, but because I was able to read it.
And there you are.
And the one was Mary Jane Daly Wood, and I was just like, "Hey, all right, you
You
go,
got me.
girl." You so, and then I happened to look next door, right next to her, and ended up being her little brother, who was only like 11, and little Jacob, and I ended up taking care of him as well. So it was part. I mean, I'd get there and I'd be all over the place and be like, "Oh, forgot Jared. Well, or Jacob. Forgot Mary. Oh, got to go take care of Rita." And that was, the ones that I inherited. But I enjoy doing it. But
Cemetery needs to put you on their contingent payroll. You
I'm
do a lot
telling
of
you,
work
man.
around there. You do.
But
And you got your watering can and your clippers.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoy it. Plus, it's good exercise for me to get keep moving around, especially with my
you get your
back.
vitamin D. You get your sunshine. That's good.
Oh yeah, with the futons. Yeah. Look at the sun, Manny. Why? Because it looks so pretty. No, because the futons and the rays and the sun and the reflector. It's like, oh shit. But yeah, I see. Well, you can't see, but so you don't see any comments, do
Nope,
you?
I'm not seeing any comments at all.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. Maybe if I push, I'm afraid to push button. Let me see. Oh, there they are.
Okay, well now you can start saying hi.
Yeah. Hi, Jared.
Oh, well,
We
they
might be able to stop by
stop
before
by.
we leave town.
Well, very cool. Just
Okay.
Jared, just let me know. And like I said, man, if something happens to change and you guys need anything, just hit me up, man. I got your back. And but let's see what else was I going to say. Um, was always talking about the Olympics already, and
Okay.
that good stuff. And it just started. You know how I'm always talking about words and how strong and how powerful our words are, no matter what,
Oh yeah.
either in a positive way or in a negative way.
I agree
And
completely.
just like I said, the Olympics, man, you can sit there and you can compare watching that to just everyday life, even though it's a sporting event. These are athletes. But it doesn't matter. Just like I was comparing us and our family, and all of us in the Wolfpack, and all of us in Blacklist, and all of us in Silver Swaggy, and all of us in all the other ones. We're no different. Those athletes bust their ass to get to where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So do we. So do we. We get a gold medal every freaking day we wake up. We get a gold medal every day that we're
Yes,
sober.
you do.
We get a gold medal every day that we reach out and help somebody else that's struggling.
Oh yeah.
So we are athletes. We are, it's just let's see. I don't even know if this works. Parable. Is that right? A parable?
Say it again. A
Parable.
parable.
Does that like from
Parable
one
would
to
be
the
a
other?
story.
Well, whatever. It just sounded good.
Comparable.
Well, no, that wasn't what I even know what comparable means. But there was one, comparing the Olympics and the athletes compared to us. But just the different things, the stories that they're dealing with is, I mean, in real life, it's what we all deal with up to a point. And just everything from the individual athlete, and then seeing their teammates when they were showing the men yesterday was everyone's used to the women's gymnastics kicking ass
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't paid attention enough that the men, they not so much as far as getting medals. And they got
Hmm.
was it the silver or bronze? I think they got
Bronze.
the
They got a
bronze,
bronze.
but it's like the first time in a long ass time they made it.
Yep.
Watching their individual achievements, whether it was on every exercise, just watching their individual, each individual athlete doing their thing, just then they do side stories. So you're seeing their family, you're seeing and hearing about the dedication, and then the setbacks, and then the injuries, and then the recovery, and it's the same as us, same thing. They're dealing with a different type of recovery from injuries than, of course, my fight or war and what we deal with as far as our recovery. But the support that we get from the family is just like their family and their teammates, which then sent me right into me and my hockey days, man. We'd be sitting there on that bench and we would be in games. I was involved in some fierce games when we were it looked like there was a damn massacre going on. I mean, our jerseys.
All the blood.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, there were many times my jersey was so full of blood. I had my nose busted so many times in one game, and my teammates too, not just me. I mean, we were all cut up. This was back in I started playing in the 70s. When I first started playing, we didn't have to wear a mask, even little guys. I mean, I was in
Oh
when I
my
first
God.
started, and all I did was fall, for my first year, and that's why I look like this. But we didn't have to wear a mask, and then as the Canadians started wearing masks for the younger kids, then it came over to the U.S. But
Good.
but just seeing, that the teams and the dedication and hearing their stories, it just started bringing back memories from, me in my hockey days, and then us here and what we're doing in social media, what we're doing with, my fight our war, and with, Jared, with everyone else, and Ian and Ian Bick and all of the other families are busting their ass, and it's just like their teams. We're families, and we support each other, and it's just such a cool feeling. And just little things like that, man. It just you don't realize, and to some people they're probably like, "What the hell is he talking about?" But if you think about it, and you see the excitement that these teammates have when their teammate does an amazing feat for their event. You see the happiness and the joy that the teammates have. It's no different than us. You get someone who's celebrating a milestone. It's been 5 years. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 weeks.
Everybody celebrates.
There you go. Great thing. It's the same thing. So it is the same with the support. And earlier they had, I got to see some of the women's rugby. That is badass. I tell you, that was great. But they were talking, and the one announcer kept saying something about, is it possible? Every that word kept coming up, and I started thinking about that word, and anything is possible. That word right there, if that's not incentive enough to motivate you, then nothing is. Especially if someone says, you can't do that. That's impossible.
There you go.
Well, you know what I say to that?
Say it.
Challenge accepted. Man, you can't do that. Manny, that's impossible. Challenge accepted. Challenge freaking accepted, man. Not only am I going to do it, I am going to do it better than I ever did before. I'm going to do it better than anyone else did. And if not, I'm going to try even harder the next time. Because when it comes down to it, anything is possible. And it's not just a catchphrase. I mean, when you think about it, anything, how many times have you've seen something and it's only when it's sensationalized on news, media, whatever, where it gets all this coverage, like, you're not going to believe this. And it may be certain things that happen all the freaking time. But this time it happened to catch social media, and then they'll close with it. Just goes to show you anything is possible. Well, no shit. That's
you talk about words, if I can just interject, because I had mentioned this the other day. If you say, I can't do that, use the word yet, because it takes it from, I haven't done that. And that makes it's like, okay, there's a potential, there's a possibility. All right. I haven't climbed Mount Everest. Well, no. But I mean, just that one little word changes the whole tenor of the term, of the word.
I haven't done it yet, because I
That's right.
haven't tried yet, but
Correct.
if
Correct.
it's on my list, if it's on my list, I'm going to do it. I'm going to freaking do it, and we were talking about that before. I mean, I remember talking about those when actually I was using that as a analogy.
Ah, there you go.
When I was at Wolverine, the day I took my baby in for her checkup for her first service.
I remember that.
Which also was the day that I got hired. I mean, where else do you go? You take your bike in for. Oh, you talk about things that were meant to be. Well, everyone, you guys know that I work for Wolverine Harley Davidson. And but I've been associated with Wolverine Harley Davidson for as long as they have been open, which is 22 plus years. As a customer, as a hog member through Harley's Owners Group, and I was fortunate enough to got a 24 Street Glide last year, and you got to take it in for 500 mile service. And that's just that. You change the oil, give it a little loving, and you get ready to have some fun, boy. Once you reach that 1,000 miles, and whoo, let her rip. But so I took it in, and it usually takes about 3-4 hours or so for the service, depending. So a lot of times people get dropped off. I get there, and some end up happening where I end up just staying, and it's like, well, and plus before that, I was there so much. I mean, it was common for me to be there in the past, and the joke would be, man, you're here so much, you should just get a job, just kind of joking around. So that day, I take my bike in the back. It was like 9 a.m. And here I am walking around for the next 4 hours, talking to everyone I know. They had the riders course for the beginnings riders course going. I was sitting watching them, and actually did a video because I was talking to a guy in there who saw my hat with My Fighter War. And, we were talking about addiction, and he started saying, how it was someone in his family was dealing with it. But he was saying how, well, it's just, it's so powerful, and no wonder people have such problems. I mean, he was talking almost like he was not supportive, but he was giving it all this energy and power.
Yeah.
And I'm like, screw that, screw addiction. Addiction's a bitch. You know who's tough we are. And this guy's looking at me. I go, yeah, you know what addiction is? A word. I go, what we are? Human. We're tough. We're not words. So he's just looking at me like, who's this guy? So I just said, listen, don't be, our words will be our best friends or our worst enemy, man. What do you mean? I can't do that. I can do that. I won't do that. You will do that. You know what? And maybe you can't do it this way. Just like the people I used to train at the gym. Oh, man, I've got an injury. Don't you freaking even tell me about an injury. I've got 10 more than you, and you'll figure out a way. Maybe we can't do it this way, but we can do it another way. There's always a way to change things around. And so that's just the way that you approach things. You don't let words dictate your life. We dictate our life. And then we use those words to put that power out there. And that's it. So today with Possible, I'm hearing this person, and I thought about that. Yeah, man, you tell me what's impossible. You look at all these things that you think's impossible. Well, if you think something's impossible, and that goes for everyone who's watching, anyone who's dealing with what we dealt with. If you think that, look in the mirror. There, proved you wrong. Because people thought that it's not possible. He's not going to be sober. He'll never straighten out. He'll never do this. Watch me. And now all of a sudden we're thriving and helping other people. So yeah, anything's possible. So this
tell them about the Wolverine thing.
Oh yeah. Then the Wolverine. So after I get done having the video and that I did at Wolverine for our family, it was about 4 hours. So I walk in, and a couple of the people up there, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And jokingly, I said, "Oh, my shift's over. Time to punch out." And as I'm walking by, I started laughing, and I said, "Wouldn't that be something if I really worked here?" And it was Michael. It was at the desk,
Mm-hmm. At the desk.
and he goes, "Are you looking for something?" I go, "Well, shit, everyone's looking. You never know what could come up." He goes, "Are you really?" I go, "Shit, you always look." So he goes, "Hold
Yeah.
on." So he goes in the back to service, and I hear him talking. He comes back. He goes, "Listen, talk to Dave because they're looking for a tech in the bay for detailing in the bay and a service tech." So I was just like, okay. So I walk back there, and there's Dave, and he goes, "Hey, Manny," he goes, "Your bike's done. Here's your paperwork." So we're getting the paperwork for the bike that I came in that morning as a uh,
Customer.
as a customer, as a family member customer. There we
Family
go.
customer. Yeah.
So I said, "Well, thanks, Dave. I appreciate it." And I go, "I heard a rumor." He goes, "What's that?" "I heard a rumor that you guys are looking for someone." And he goes, "Yeah, I am. Not anymore. I'm your guy." And he goes, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." Next thing you know, he's grabbing paper. He's handing me this thing. He's on the phone talking, and he's like, "Don't go away, don't." And I got my paperwork for my Harley for the service being done. Okay, here's your paperwork. Here's your receipt. Your bike's all ready. And in my other hand, I have a application that he just handed me. He goes, "Fill this out. Don't leave." I'm filling that out, thinking they're just
Ooh.
joking around. Next thing you know, I hand it back to him, and I said, "Listen, there's information on here that I don't have." Just kidding. Like, "Yeah, oh, you really want me to fill this out?" He goes, "Don't worry about it." And he gets on the phone, and I hear him talking. He goes, "Yeah, I got somebody, for the position. He's here right now." And I hear him say, "Manny Vitale," and then all of a sudden I hear, "Yeah, Manny." So it's,
Yeah, that
George and
one.
them, they
That
know,
Manny.
yeah. So they're and he's like to set up an interview to see them upstairs, and they're like, they all knew me. They're like, "Don't worry about it. Just have him come back for the big interview with everybody." Which basically at that point, you do your thing. So he hangs up, hands me the paperwork. I hand it back to him. He goes, "Your hours are from 9 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday." And I'm just sitting there looking at him. And you got to go get your physical tomorrow. I got my paperwork for the service on my bike and my paperwork for my new
Application.
job
Yes.
that I just got.
Hmm.
So if you talk about things that were meant to be.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah. Kalisha, how you doing? And Terry in the house. I just saw Kalisha was live. She's doing amazing with everything she's got going on. So thank you for your stuff as well. And Terry, I've missed you, man, and your stuff. But
That's my sister. My sister from another mother. Hi, Terry.
sister from another mister. But
Whatever.
well, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Whatever works for me. Same thing. But you go
Yeah.
with that. You do you.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
but yeah, man, it was that was funny. And I remember it was just, "Hey, what's going on?" "I'm just leaving. Bike's done." "Yeah, bike's done. And I start tomorrow." "What?" "Oh, yeah, did I tell you I got a job?" "Where?" "Here." So, and I tell you,
When the
they've
universe
been,
lines it up, baby, when it's easy.
man, they have been so awesome. And
Right there.
George and Dave and Mark and everybody there and Derek, have been just amazing. I mean, I have, since I've been there, with just over a year, I've had let's see, a total of 5 surgeries in less than a year. 2 elbow surgeries, 2 months apart to reattach my tricep tendon and put anchors in it. 2
Hmm.
back surgeries to put screws and plates and cages in my back. And now my hand surgery on Friday. And they have been so incredible. They have, I kept my position and helped me, and in so many ways. So I'm very, very appreciative. I've always said from day one, before any of my surgeries, man, how much that place means to me. And so it's not like I'm just saying this shit now just to try to kiss ass. It's you can go back from my first day there up until my surgeries. I've always said that about Wolverine. But so I always give credit when credit's due. And then again, the opposite too. So if you're an asshole, we're going to tell you you're an asshole. but in a very polite way. You are an anus. But
yeah, there you go. Getting technical.
let's see where we at. It's so damn hard to see with can you see what Kalisha had wrote? She's got something down there.
Yeah. Man, it says changing the narrative and creating a plot that puts the individual in the power seat and not the addiction should be the standard. Yay. Absolutely.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Kalisha, I know we've been going back and forth, trying to get on each other's show to do stuff, and with things going on, I get it. You know, we're always busy, but we still, when it's something like this, you know, we need to do what we got to do. So, you know, we definitely
when the time is right, it'll happen.
When the time is right, the time is right.
That's right.
But
just like your job, just like
oh, that was so funny. I still remember that. I still remember being on the bike, riding home, got home, and I'm taking the paperwork out, just looking at the stuff to put away for, you know, to have the information, you know, for the service and all that. And I'm pulling it out and I look, and there's the application. There's my stuff that I had to take for the physical. There's the stuff that, you know, so it's like, this was a good day. This was a good day.
Outstanding day.
But
and your baby is still in good shape.
Oh, well, yeah, she's been so pampered because with all of my injuries, she hasn't had the wear and tear that I've been so waiting for. But I give her some loving every time I go in that garage. And
she's a beauty.
And I was hoping that I'd be getting up tomorrow morning and hitting the gym and then going to work. But I got a call from my surgeon, from my back surgeon. It's pretty bad when you have to classify which doctor. Well, my surgeon. Which surgeon? Well,
only you.
Yeah. So they called me and said, Devin can see you Thursday instead of today and see me at Lakeside. And I was like, perfect. So that made it easier, but unfortunately, just a couple days. But hey, you know what? After everything that's happened,
a couple more days. That's okay.
What's a couple days? It's just a couple more days of healing.
Mm-hmm. And then for you to talk about your surgeon, say, well, orthopedic surgeon. Yeah, but what orthopedic surgeon? What body?
Oh yeah. Which one? Yeah, it's. I'll go in there, and the receptionists are funny as hell. They're like, "Hey, man, how you doing? You here to see the one? I can't remember her name. She's like, shoulder. I'm like, no. Elbow, no. Knee, no. I'm like, so I just. She's like, no. She's like, back, no. She's no. I'm not. She goes, oh, hand. I'm like, there you go. But.
Well, every part's been cut. Yeah, why not?
Oh, man. Yeah, we're up to, well, I think that made 46. I think the hand surgery Friday made 46 surgical procedures I've had. And still kicking. So, again, anything is possible. You know, don't sit there and say, well, I had surgery or I had this, so I can't do it. Now, maybe you can't do it the way you used to do it, or maybe you have to modify your activities.
You can't do it yet.
Yeah, you can't do it yet. Or, you know, there might be activities or hobbies or sports. I mean, unfortunately, there are things that I can't do. Like I can't play hockey. I mean, me getting on the ice to do what I used to do now, does that mean I can't get on the ice? No, I could get on the ice and skate, which would be an adventure.
Kinda.
Yeah. Oh, my God. But that would be so funny. Oh, my. I went from being on the ice every single day from the time I was in like fourth grade up until I was in my late 30s to I can't remember. Oh my God, that would be something to see. I'd be reverting back to the days when my aunt took me. They came home and they told my mom, they were crying, "What's the matter? He's so bad. He is so bad." The other kids were up and back and skating, and Manny would just stand there and they were talking to him and he'd fall over. They'd prop him up against the wall and he'd fall over. He fell out of the rink. God. He fell out the door. But you know what? I didn't care, man. I was there with my teammates. I had a jersey on. I loved it. And
first score.
Oh man, it was so funny. And here I am, 58 years old, and I still remember that. I was in front of the net, and even the other team left me alone. It was just like, leave, don't go near them. They skate by me, and I'd get nervous, and I'd fall over. So I remember I still remember at Civic Arena in St. Clair Shores, standing in front of the net. There was a scramble, and the puck came out in front of the net. Like I said, everyone just left me alone. Even the goalie was like, "Hey, Manny, hey." And puck came to me, and I think I either tried to hit it or it hit my stick, and I directed it towards the net, and then I fell over. And then next thing you know, all my teammates are jumping on me, and they're like, "All right, now what?" And they go, "You scored," and I'm like, "Get out of here!" And sure enough, I got up and I looked, and I still remember his name, Danny Forehand. Went and got the puck out of the net and gave it to me. And well, first they had to stand me up and scoot me off the ice as I kept falling over, and they dragged me into the bench. But I still remember that day, man. And all those days are so special. Those memories, man, are something that they'll never go away. And that's why I'm so hyped up when it comes to the Olympics and the dedication that these athletes have. And I just because that passion is what I had for hockey, man. I mean, God bless my ma. And for anyone who played hockey who's watching this knows that when you're little, you got the shittiest ice time. So that meant you had to be at the rink and going on the ice at 5 a.m. So parents, mom, usually it was the hockey moms, but hockey moms and dads would be there, at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting their kids dressed out in January, back. We're talking in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, when it used to actually snow in Michigan. And we'd be out there and driving to the rink and, skating at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And that happened. My mom did it. And I tell you, we all became such a close-knit group because you play on that team, and then after the following 2 years, you move up move up a class, and a lot of times you got to be on the same team. Sometimes you weren't, and with your buddies, man, and you just start developing these friendships and these bonds. And again, man, it translates to just like we have here. And so when I sit here and I watch these Olympics and people get I'm sure that people are like, God, he's talking about it again. It's because it hits me at a different level.
Yeah.
It hits me very emotionally. And the thing is, and I try to translate that to all of us because that's how I feel about all of us in this. That we are all teammates. We're all family. And when one of us hurts, we all hurt. When one of us, has a milestone, we all celebrate. So it's no different than the teams. It's no different than the athletes. And so I'm sitting there watching the Olympics, thinking about My Fight Our War, thinking about the Wolfpack, thinking about Blacklist, thinking about Hard Knocks and Sober School, and Ian Bick and everyone else, and thinking about all the people who are busting their asses to, better themselves, but not only as an individual, but as family and as a team to help everyone else. And it's a great feeling.
I love to see how the players support each other, and sometimes they're competing against each other, and they're still supporting each other. That's great.
The men's Olympic or the men's gymnast yesterday. I was watching some of it, and I think it was Italy that was, kind of close or whatever. It doesn't matter because it was an Italian gymnast who one of our guys had a really good event. Was coming. I think he was coming off the floor, and one of the first people there would happen to be a member of the Italian team, and high fived. He just said, "Great job." And here's another athlete that you're going against. Yeah, man. Yeah. And it was, just like you get that intensity, and even like all my years playing hockey, man. I mean, we would. Now, the older I got, when I started playing bantam and midget in high school and then junior, I mean, there were damn brawls. I mean, you were knocked down, gloves off, fighting. I mean, we got in a fight when I was played for Lakeview. I played against U of M and Yost Arena, and against Ann Arbor Pioneer, I think it was. We got in a bench clearing brawl. The fans were fighting in the stands. The police, they tried to get onto the ice. The police from Ann Arbor came onto the ice and were trying to pull us off the ice.
Oh my God.
They had to form a wall. The fans were trying to attack us as we were going off the ice to make it to the locker room. They created a barricade for us players to make it into our locker room. All you
Wow.
saw, they had glass block for whatever reason in our locker room in Ann Arbor, and we're hearing this noise, and they were throwing bricks at the windows. And
Oh
then
my
all you
God.
see are flashing lights, and all of a sudden you hear this bang, and our door opens, and all these cops come in the locker room, and they're like grabbing our equipment managers, and they're like, grab their gear. So they're grabbing our gear and they're loading it onto our bus, and they're like, you guys get in a circle. They formed a wedge to escort us
Whoa.
onto the bus. I mean, it was vicious. I mean, it was great. I
Never
mean,
heard
we
this
sat
story.
there.
Jeez.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. And because we're sitting
Of
there, I
course.
mean, you're looking around and you're going, when I say you're going to battle, you're going to battle. And I think that fight, every now and then, I'll see my good friend of mine, my brother, Tommy Hannon, who was retired St. Clair Shores cop, was captain of the team before I was. And I believe it was me and him, or actually, I think it was more him that sparked that fight because we were in the corner and he was a lot bigger than me, and Tommy didn't take no shit. And next thing you know, it was on, boy. And but I mean, here we are on this bus and being escorted out of Ann Arbor.
With the
I mean, it was
police.
crazy
Oh my
times,
God.
crazy freaking times, man. But yeah, I mean, so just seeing, that camaraderie. I mean, that was obviously very extreme, but just the other games where it was very intense, hard hitting, where we were hurt. I mean, a lot of us, any athlete, when you get to that certain level and you're playing contact sports, you're playing football. I mean, basketball, you're taking elbows, and I mean, any contact sport where but I mean, I've had my nose broke so many times, and I've had so many concussions, and now thank God for these kids in precautions with CT and or the
Mm-hmm.
concussion protocol. When I played, it was, where you at? Yeah, I'm laying on the ice. Who are you? I don't know. What day is it? January. Oh, you're fine.
Oh
And,
God.
and a lot of times we'd go back on the bench and we go back out there, man.
Mhm.
And, and it was, what happened there? Why is he skating the wrong way? Give me the puck. Oh man, but I just loved it, man. And
Oh.
so for me, watching the Olympics, it's at so many different levels, and besides the sports, the camaraderie, just the bonds, and it just takes me right to what we're doing here. And
Mhm.
so I was like, what the hell? I haven't annoyed anyone too much today, so time to go back on. And
Yeah.
and it's funny too, because when I am at the cemetery and I'm using my phone, that area, the connection, you
Not
lose
always
live
good.
stream. And man, I'll be sitting there and it's like, now it's personal. It's like, you son of a bitch. And all of a sudden it'll pop back on. So then I try to talk fast. Okay. And then what I was saying. And then it's like, and then all of a sudden it'll go away again. It's like, son of a bitch. You son of a. And then finally it's like, okay, I'll come back on when I get to the studio.
And
But
what happened the other day? Your gimbal stick dropped?
I just had my phone. I was just holding it. And so I was like, so I've just kind of propped it up. And as soon as I started to get into cocky mode, like, yeah, and all of a sudden it just dropped and fell. And so all you hear is just me cracking up. It's
Mhm.
like, And then I'm trying to hit the button to turn it around and it wouldn't. So then I had to turn the whole camera around. So I didn't even know if I was still in frame. So I'm just talking to the back of my phone. And again, that's why I always want to go live, because funny shit happens. And you know
Mhm.
what? It's like, hey,
That would
uh,
unnerve a lot of people. Okay.
well, I just,
Listen to
and I
you.
think that's what helped me, because I started from the very beginning. I started just doing everything live because I, for one, didn't know any better. And two, I didn't know how to do all of the editing and all that. So it's like, well, if you go and record, now you got to do this, this, and this. And I go, oh, but if I
Oh.
go live and just hit that button, that's all I do. Well, yeah, but you're going live, and everything and anything that happens. I'm like, screw it, I'm in.
Ah,
And
yep.
so just like anything that happens with any of the shows. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've screwed up in pretty much every single show, but I have fun doing it.
That's what adds to the enjoyment. It's just you never know what we're going to get.
Yeah, and that's just it. It's like you know what's going to happen. Nope, good. Because either do I. Either do I. But anyways, so I just waited to get some feedback. I got some stuff that I talked to you about that we're looking at doing in the very near future, starting something that's going to be incredible, and
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's something that,
It's going to be
um,
so good.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's something put a lot of thought in, and I reached out and talking to people and getting different thoughts and ideas on their thoughts on it. And thankfully, it went well. So now the next process is getting the logistics, getting everything in order. And then it's showtime, man. And it's going
Hmm.
to be showtime. So as we start getting things in order, I'll start, we'll start releasing more information
Yeah.
until the big day. But I'm really looking forward to it. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Good
But
things
until
coming your
then,
way. Good things coming.
I'm telling you, I'm still waiting for a callback and the guest that we were going to have Sunday. So
Hmm.
actually, when we're done here, I'll give him a call for our Sunday show and see what's going on and just leave it at that. But, and again, for whoever else wants to jump on and tell their story, hit me up, hit up OG with your story and
Hmm.
the days and times. If it's not good for Sunday, if it's something that you want to, that's going to be on the Wolfpack page, just, make sure you let us know if it's going to be on that as well. So we can, do the promos for whatever one it's going to be on.
Hmm.
So we'll do that and just go from there, man.
Okay.
So let's see, what do we got? Holy crap, we've been going 47 minutes already.
God, it seems like a minute or two. Do you ever get a
Yeah,
hold of John?
yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about, and I
You're
was
talking
supposed to
about
get a hold of
somebody
him
else.
yesterday. Yeah, yeah. So no, I'll get a hold of because he his schedule and my schedule are going to be changing now, as far as during the week when I go back to work. But
Yeah.
and plus he's got to come in studio, so we're going to be doing that one live in studio. So that's going to go good. But
That'll be nice.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. His fellow hockey player and made it all the way to the pros. Not only that,
Hmm.
made played for the Red Wings. Great guy, and I can't remember how many years of sobriety, but just amazing stories of accomplishment and dedication and everything. And like a lot of those guys, man, especially some of these athletes and a lot of them from the Detroit Red Wing alumni are just doing amazing things to continue to help the community. So I appreciate it, and we will get him on here very soon to share his story along with whoever else is looking to chime in.
That'll be great.
But I think we're going to call it a night, man, because I am going to go get all mushy and sentimental and watch more Olympics
There you go.
and learn some more words that I can translate from that to this and go from there. And I'm going to wait on. Let's see. I'm see if I got any information here while we've been waiting. No, there. Okay. And okay. You got
What's
two.
your? I got a question though. What feedback have you gotten on the new your new symbol for the wolf pack?
Oh, a lot of good feedback on that. I tell you what,
Good. It
once
looks
that
good.
one, as soon as released it, it had the three that they sent me. That thing, I mean, it was like 90%, 95%. Boom. I mean, just took off. There was that one. And then when we went in there and I told her I wanted to see the change for the make it instead of white to go red print
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and with the black paw, that just set it off. So I
Yeah.
love the way that looked. So, that's on the Wolfpack page now. If you get a
Mm-hmm.
chance, check that out. And I'm going to be chatting with well, there's that one guy that I wanted to talk to as far as the apparel, but before that, is we need to go over the store that one that we were talking about. So that's another thing that will be on the list. The list.
The list that happens every day.
I'll get the list tomorrow morning. So you have a good night, and tomorrow, Jim, and gonna see what happens with this wrist. Feels great, looks great, nice and moving pretty good. I mean, that's not
you've
bad.
Been taking good care of it. Yeah, look at that.
What was it? 5 days? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days. Yep. It feels great. So, see what happens when you actually listen to the doctor. Who knew? Who freaking knew?
What a concept.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens Thursday, though. This was easy. Thursday is my back doctor, where I have to go in there and, bring the playbook. And that's
prayers and light some candles. Okay, the back's got to get better.
Yeah. So that's all good. All right, OG. Well, you have a good night, and until next time, we will do it again. So have a good night, and we'll see everybody later. And as always, wait a minute, no one saw a thing. There you go.
Wait a minute. It's difficult.
Oh God, that was bad. All right, man. All right, I'll see you guys. You have a good one, and I'll see you at the gym. And you guys have a great night and keep fighting the good fight. We'll see you.